What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today we got a Ultrazilla news report on the Hasbro Pulsecon. That's alright, my zillions. Another pulse-pounding Pulsecon is in the books. The 2022 edition was Friday and Saturday, and I watched most of it. There's a lot of brands of interest there. For me personally, I do like a lot of the stuff that Hasbro puts out, especially Transformers, with a sprinkling of just about everything else. I do like some Marvel Legends, some Star Wars. They got Indiana Jones now. G.I. Joe Classified have been a little bit out on, but there was something of interest that we'll look at. A couple of things that are pretty cool. So we're going to be looking at, most of the stuff that they showed. However, not everything. You're not going to see Fortnite in this. So, for the fans of Fortnite, it's not going to be part of this report because I haven't been collecting the line aside from those Raptors, and there was nothing that they showed that I liked that much. So it is what it is. We're going to sprinkle in a little bit of everything, but not show completely everything. It's basically my highlights for me personally, and a little bit more than that as well. So let's get right into it. The first thing is Transformers. The biggest line that I collect personally from Hasbro is Transformers, and there was quite a bit of interest during this Pulsecon. And special shout out to Thew, who did the preview show. It was great. Really cool to see him do that. So big shout out. Great Transformers reviewer. If you haven't seen Thew's reviews, you should really check him out. He's very, very, very good. Very entertaining. So definitely a great internet personality. Anywho, so what we got here is Core Class Dinobots to start. That's right. Yes, the Dinobots are coming out in Leader Class in Studio Series, but in Legacy, they're going to be doing some Core Class Dinobots, and it's going to be a combiner. So that is pretty awesome. A Core Class combiner, which Core Class is their smallest size. That's awesome. I love it. So here, of course, you got Slug, and he looks pretty cool. I do like what I see here. So that is pretty awesome. And then they also showed it's a Slug. And what I'm going to be doing, guys, is mostly showing the pics that I took, screenshots I took from the show itself, by the way. There's plenty, all the official pics are out now, and there is some sprinkling of official pics like this stuff, but this was also right from the actual broadcast. So I left it at that for this one. I felt like it was a good way to give you a flavor of Pulsecon if you didn't check it out. Official pics are up on my Facebook page. Do check that out as well, of course. But this was, to show you what they showed during the streams. So this was Slug, and then you got Sludge here. Pretty cool. I love the art. The art is really, really nice. For Legacy, which is a little bit of a different gimmick they got going on. We're going to talk about that shortly. But, this is no good. But, I think you're going to get this for a combined mode, to be honest. At least I will, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get into the regular size Legacy figures, starting with this Junkion. His name is Scraphook, and he looks really cool. And this is part of the new weaponizer system that they're going to be doing for this particular line of Legacy figures, which is pretty awesome. This looks really good just on its own. It's got like a very cool Mad Max feel. So here, if we zoom in a little bit on the packaging, you can see that, you could weaponize this guy, pull him apart, and weaponize him. But the cool thing about it is there's no parts forming on this guy, apparently. And that's pretty cool. Oh, and so the gimmick is called Evo Fusion. So instead of like the Energon weapons that the first series had, the Energon is like within like the figures, which is kind of cool. So you'll see that more, I think, in some of the other figures. But that's a cool Junkion. I really like that. What I really like is that they're doing Armada Hotshot. This is a cool little character. and kind of like the Bumblebee of Armada, kind of fill that role. You know what I'm saying? So this is also a deluxe, and it looks great. It looks great. Hotshot is one that I definitely want. Definitely one that I will be into. So the evil fusion stuff, also refers to like some of the weapon systems that they got. They can turn some of the stuff into more weapons, as you can see here and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I do dig it. I do. So there's Armada Hotshot. Then this is Needle Nose. This is one that I'm not so interested in. I debated not even putting it in here, but we'll go through it really quick. Just not into this particular one. It is what it is. However, once we go up to Voyager, now we're talking here. Leo Prime is in Voyager class Legacy, and this looks awesome. I recently got the Masterpiece finally, but this looks different. It looks very different than the Masterpiece. On the broadcast they said, on the live stream they said, it's kind of like Masterpiece, but it doesn't really look like the Masterpiece to me personally. So the lion is a lot different here. It's a lot less cartoony. It looks great though. I really, really like it. Love Leo Prime. Definitely got to get this one. This one is a must for me personally. This is just the kind of stuff I really love from Transformers, you know what I'm saying? So for sure, this is one that I personally need to have, and it looks awesome. It looks so good. Packaging is good. It continues as a Legacy stuff, but now it says Legacy Evolution for the second series, which is cool. I do dig it. Another one that I really like a lot is Tarn. Finally, we get a Tarn figure in the main line Transformers. Boy, does that look awesome. A very cool piece here. There was like no bad angles on this guy. Man, that is awesome. Love Tarn's design. Obviously, his head sculpt is the Decepticon symbol. And that is just phenomenal. So yeah, Tarn is coming. So these are all expected early 2023, but you know how it goes. I would expect to start seeing them towards the end of the year here, or sooner. So let's move on from Transformers now, get into some Power Rangers. First up, some Lightning Collection stuff, Wild Force Putrid. One of the troopers for you troop builders. That's looked cool. I did like that. Oh. Then we got Dino Fury Green. Pretty good. And Dino Charge Blue. And then I think there was one other Ranger. I might have missed it. Apologies. Also Lightning Collection though, Power Rangers X Street Fighter continues, this time with Cammy and Ken. I'm not so into these. It's almost okay, but I'm not so into them. It is what it is. But what I am really into, you guys know I talked about this on the last Ultra Z News, is the Zord Ascension Project in Space Megazord, and it looks awesome. Is it called Reddick? It says Reddick there, but I don't remember it called that. But I don't know. But it looks beautiful. Like in hand, it looks awesome. It looks so much better than Dino Megazord. And it's very cool to just have something of this stature for this Megazord. One that the design I've always loved. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. Yes, I had a few problems with the Dino Megazord, but there's no way I can't get this one. This one is beautiful looking. So, and Dino Megazord is really nice looking too, but this one just hits all those like classic robot aesthetics, and I love it. So this is the cockpit, and then you could also put the Rangers in the head piece, which is awesome. All right, so let's go to Marvel Legends now, and kudos to the Marvel Legends team. For me personally, those guys have they feel like they come across the best on screen. There's a real chemistry between the three of them, so kudos to the guys that always do a great job. So Iron Man, Modular Iron Man. If you like the animated series, if you like the Capcom video games, this is one for you to get. It does have a extra little pack here with a giant blaster. Very, very cool looking. I really like that. I do like Iron Man, and this is one that, man, I don't know. I think I have to get, but look at that. That is amazing. I don't love that it's using, you know, the old Iron Man repulsor ray blasters. That is just too much. Little update on the Ghost Rider Kickstarter. Not Kickstarter, it is like a Kickstarter. The HasLab Mephisto in-hand picks looks really nice. He's a 7-inch tall figure. Really like how that looks. It looks awesome. I think it looks great. Ghost Rider in hand looks great. So that is cool. And they teased the next tier, which is right here. They teased it, which, I mean, it's gotta be the Goblin Queen Madeline herself. So that is awesome. That's interesting. I think depending on which way they go with her outfit, I think which version, you might get a lot of people jumping back on board of, you know, with this tier. So I'll leave it at that, but you know, I think it's gonna do a lot. So getting back, got Classic Orb. Such a wacky character, but you know, how can you say no to that? That's too funny. Then Molecule Man, how about that? That is a cool character, a very powerful Marvel character. And I honestly say this is the render, but the in-hand shot looked way better in my opinion. That looks fantastic. So very nice, classic Marvel character. Then we got the What If Gamora in that Thanos like war armor, which looks really nice. Wolverine in the X-Men suit, and now there's going to be another X-Men wave of retro X-Men wave. So classic X-Men wave. This is cool. I mean, I've always been on the fence about how I felt about the blue and yellow Jim Lee uniforms compared to like the individuality of them. I liked them at the time, but as time has gone on, I wasn't like, I haven't been as fond of them. But this does look pretty cool. The head sculpts look all right, so I don't know. I don't know if I like from the side angle though, but it is what it is. This though is gonna be a must get because I'm a huge Longshot fan. I was on the fence about getting. Well, I had pre-ordered the exclusive Mojoverse set, but after a while I just was like, man, it's just too expensive, so I canceled that. But to get Longshot, I love Longshot. It's one of like, you know, the oldest Marvel like characters that I like hooked onto that wasn't a main like Spider-Man character, you know what I'm saying, or an Avenger or an X-Man. Well, he's an X-Man, but you know what I'm saying, he's like a secondary character. So I always loved Longshot. I love the whole universe. Spiral, Mojo, you know, there is that new Mojo that's out there now. But Longshot's looking really cool. Definitely gonna have to get this guy at some point. Multiple Man looks pretty cool. It's another good one. Very, very nice. Dark Phoenix is making a comeback for those that missed the first one. That looks really good. Avalanche, classic Avalanche. That's pretty awesome. Always like the Freedom Force myself, so that's a cool one. Do dig it. Spiral, mentioned her before, but man, she looks phenomenal. So love Spiral. You know, gotta get Spiral at some point. So yep, that's gonna be a must along with Mojo and Longshot. I do dig how Spiral looks. She looks phenomenal. So that's amazing. The pre-orders though for Spiral on Hasbro Pulse itself is sold out. There are other places where you can get it, of course. So do shop around for this stuff. But she looks great. There's no doubt about it. Coming up, you know, later next year, also there's gonna be Storm in that line, and Banshee. We're gonna get Strife, and that looks amazing. You like the Rob Liefeld section of the X-Men universe, the X-Force stuff. And then we're going to get an animated series Cyclops. Cyclops, which looks good. Looks really good, actually. This was always a really cool outfit for Cyclops. I really dig it. And then while I didn't have the figures in hand, they teased a Spider-Man versus Carnage set, also from the animated series. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's move on to day 2 now. G.I. Joe, again, I didn't really like... this is one of those lines where I didn't really look too much into it because I'm not collecting the line. However, Serpentor has always been a favorite of mine. And, you know, they announced this originally at SDCC, but now they have, like, you know, very close to production, pretty much final, you know, shots and of the figure, and it looks amazing with the skiff, and that looks incredible. So this was a Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive, though. So this honestly is the only thing that I pre-ordered, because everything else I'll wait till it comes out. It's always like with Hasbro stuff, I like switching around pre-orders or get them wherever, you know, pops up, you know, at the time when I feel like I want to get them. But, you know, considering that this was one of the Pulsecon exclusives, you had to get it right away or don't get it at all. And, you know, like I said, this was always a character really, really dug. The mouth opens on the snake, which is awesome. On the snake skiff, that's amazing. It has the gun inside of it, which you can see there. That is so cool. So, and the thing is about Serpentor is he's such a tokusatsu-like character, and he comes with an actual snake as well, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? He fits right into, like, the Power Rangers universe easily, so he might go on that shelf since I don't have a G.I. Joe collection. The 2 classified figures that I did get, Snake Eyes and who was the second one? Oh, I forget. I got a second one, but I sold them both. I sold one and I gave one away. So, it is what it is. But this guy, you know, he was a must. He just looks amazing, and I always loved this character. Another one that looked great was the Crimson Bat. So how about that? That looks pretty cool. Crimson Guard-like bat. That's amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these, to tell you the truth, but I loved it. I really like this art, so I really wanted to show it here. And those are the only 2 G.I. Joe classifieds that I'm showing, because those are the only 2 that like sparked any interest in me. But look at that. That is really, really nice. So I gotta say, guys, Indiana Jones, a brand new brand from Hasbro, is to me, it was the show stealer. It was amazing. So first up, the Adventure Series, 6-inch line, goes in with your Star Wars Black Series, all that stuff, and they're starting with a Raiders of the Lost Ark wave. You got Indy here, who looks amazing. Like really, really good. Obviously, they know what they're doing with Harrison Ford likenesses, right? They have plenty of experience with Star Wars Black Series with Harrison Ford. So this is pretty awesome. Really like how it looks. It comes with that little idol from the beginning of the movie. Very, very nice. Like, for me personally, like, I wouldn't mind having an Indiana Jones from every movie, you know what I'm saying? That would be a cool little thing. I'm not interested in all the other characters, I'll be honest. There's a lot of... I might be interested in a short round in the future. He was awesome. And Indy's dad. But other than that, I don't know. But, you know, Indiana Jones is something that I've loved since I was a kid, so it is very awesome. And then you got Toth, looking pretty good too. What a creepy character that dude is. And yes, they made a melting face sculpt for him as well, which is creepy and probably the grossest thing that Hasbro's ever done. That is insane. So yeah, Toth is coming. Sala is coming, which is cool from his Indiana Jones appearance. A little more young, you know. Action ready. Looks pretty good. And then this dude, whose name I'm forgetting right now. But this guy's likeness is spot on, which is great from the end of the movie. Look at that. That's amazing. Marion looking awesome too with the monkey. Very, very nice. And these figures, like from the way it's cut, and it makes a lot of sense because it's the same team that's behind these. They share a lot of similarities, obviously, to Black Series and the way they're engineered. So that's interesting. So then I definitely feel like they're going to go in really, really well with Black Series more than anything. So, you know, do keep that in mind. Because you can see all the cuts and stuff here. It looks like Black Series to me. But again, it's the same team. Packaging looks good. And right on the packaging, you're getting a little bit of a spoiler here. It is a build an artifact line. So each wave, instead of a build a figure, they're going to do a build an artifact. And this one, you're going to build the Ark of the Covenant in it. Obviously, it's called Raiders of the Lost Ark after all. And there it is. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So there you go. What all the characters. There you go. I'm holding it. Do keep your eyes closed when you open it, of course. And here's some of the other packaging now. What was this guy's name? Belloc, that's right. Just shot in the glass. But there you go. Also from Indie, you're gonna get a vintage Kenner figure. That's right. This is exactly like the old school Kenner figures, which is like so nostalgic for me. I mean, I have so many memories of seeing these on the shelves when I was a kid, so it's really cool to see this again. It just reminds me of a trip I took with my cousins, you know, when I was a kid, and I remember going into a shop, and they had the Raiders of the Lost Ark figures right next to like Transformers figures, and my cousin picked up one of the Raiders figures, and I picked up my first ever Transformer, which my aunt bought for me, which is great, which was Hound. So this line I remember really well because of that trip, which is interesting. But it's cool to see this figure back. I mean, I remember it perfectly. So this is called the Adventures of Indiana Jones line, and that is fantastic. All right, moving on to Star Wars Black Series. First up, there was an exclusive for the show as well. It's from Andor. You get Andor, and you get that droid, which looks really cool. I thought about it, but I only wanted one exclusive. I went with Serpentor because that's like very nostalgic for me. But the droid is what made this. This is what makes it an exclusive. The droid looks awesome. It opened up as an accordion, which is very, very, very cool. So that was very cool. The B2 emo, right? B2 emo. Really, really cool looking. Nice packaging. But also, you know, Cassian Andor, he's coming out as a regular figure as well. There you go. So you don't have to worry if you missed out. You know, I'm sure they're going to put B2 somewhere down the line. Then you get this dude, who's very awesome in the show. What's this guy's name? Luthen. Then you get Bix. Bix is pretty good. The likeness is this likeness is pretty good. Luthen looks great. That looks exact. That's a nice job. That's a nice job there. So Bix, you know, it depends on the angle. The Mon Mothma looks pretty good, I gotta say. And then from the Mandalorian, we get the last of the Mandalorian figures. What's this guy's name? Wolves. He looks pretty good. You know, that little crew, Bo-Katan's crew. And then coming up, this is the only thing I'm showing of stuff coming up because they were just pictures, and the only thing I really cared about is this, honestly. Coming up in the pipeline, you know, later half of 2023 is the Book of Boba Fett Cad Bane. You could bet that I will be getting this. I love Cad Bane. The last figure was pretty good, you know, the regular figure, but to have a Book of Boba Fett one with that style, oh yeah, that's awesome. There you go. That was Pulsecon, guys. It was pretty cool. Like I said, there was other stuff, obviously, from all of these lines shown, as well as like some other stuff that was shown that was pretty good. You know, they kept hyping the selfie series a lot, but I gotta tell you, I tried out the selfie series a bit, you know, on the app, and I didn't like any of the likenesses. But if you do get it this weekend, it is $60 instead of $80. So if you're interested in it, do download the Hasbro Pulse app right now, and do it right now, because I'll tell you, I don't feel like it's worth $80, and $60 is pushing it. All the figures that they showed throughout Pulsecon, I was kind of iffy on. You know, like when I looked at the figures like this, and I looked at the person that was just standing right there, I was like, and I didn't like how I came out at all. So I'm out on that personally. I wish I was in, because I would love a figure of myself to put in all my size comparisons. But, you know, maybe I'll wait, you know, till they make that technology a little bit closer to getting it like what, you know, Hasbro like is doing with like Star Wars Black Series with likenesses. Once they get to that level, maybe, we'll see. But for now, not for me. Anywho, Pulsecon was pretty good. Lots of cool stuff. A lot of great Transformers. That is like the thing I'm interested in most. So a lot of great Transformers, you know, Power Rangers Lightning Collection again. You know, it has some really cool stuff, but especially the Zord Ascension Project, you know, In Space Megazord is a must get for me. And then Marvel Legends Long Shot and Spiral and Mojo are going to be, you know, figures I have to get, you know. And, you know, a little bit of other stuff here and there as well. Anywho, you guys let me know down below what you were interested in PulseCon. And there you go. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.